cast and crew of forthcoming biopic Badamasi, Portrait of a General, a film about former Nigerian military leader, retired General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida.
If he's going to react, he has to look this way, because if you react to him without his face, it's a waste. And action. Yes, that's better.
Directed by Obi Emelonye, graduate of theatre art from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, who has gained recognition in Nollywood for such films as Onyeozi, The Messenger, Last Flight to Abuja, and Mirror Boy. Badamasi stars actor Enyinna Nwigwe as the controversial personality Babangida, also called IBB.
And she mentions that the conversation happens, and then we have the baby in the hand, and then goes off. And she comes, takes the baby from you.
Let me show your hand.
As soon as he takes you, he wants the baby, you get up and mark it. Mark.
Or everything when you write for that mark, don't care.
And action.
The biopic is expected to be a critical portrayal of the life of the man who ruled Nigeria from August 1985 until August 1993, when he was forced to step aside to allow a democratic government.
Enyinna, presidential baby.
So are you going to allow me rest?
Nwigwe describes the opportunity to play the role a blessing and career-defining.
I can hardly find a word to describe that feeling. It's amazing. It's a career role, I'd say. I've been blessed to have played certain roles in my career, but this one tops it. This is a biopic of a very legendary, controversial person. It's very important to very pivotal to our history in Nigeria between the military era and the democracy. So it's like nothing I've ever done before.
Basically, the truth about what happened as far back as 25 years ago when IBB was in power, it opens you to a lot of secrets about what happened, or rather what we didn't know happened at the time, about the June 12, the real issue that happened, or rather what took place around the June 12, and a lot of things about Nigeria at the time. So it's me, a lot of things I didn't know until I read the script, and I'm like, oh, okay, this one happened. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, so this person did this. Because initially you could see some characters and then you're like, oh, this guy is a bad guy. But reading the script, you'll be like, okay, this was exactly what happened.
Emelonye is most concerned about the credibility of the film, which some critics perceive as an attempt to launder the image of the general, who is still alive. Anthony Monjaro, who is no stranger to Emelonye's works, having starred in a number of his films, plays the character Wale Oshin, a brilliant writer signed up by IBB to help compose his speeches.
Wale Oshin was one of the people who were pivotal to his governance in his era when IBB ran his governance around the time. He so happened to be he had been detained for a year during the previous administration, and he found a piece in the papers that actually encompasses the kind of writing he did, and he liked that, and he wanted him to be a part of the speeches that he wanted him to be in the forefront of the speeches that he actually both wrote and actually spoke, presented during his broadcast.
This film is titled Badamasi, A Portrait of a General. It's an intimate look into the life and the times of the erstwhile Nigerian president, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Major General retired. He's one of the most controversial, most influential leaders of Nigeria ever. He's loved in one breath and equally hated in the other. Very complex, very complicated character, And what I've tried to do with this film is to try and get behind the man behind the mask, to kind of rise above the myth and all the hype and get an intimate portrait of this very, very powerful man.
The movie, which is still in production, also casts actress Amarachi Uwakwe, now Anyanwu.
Roll sound.
Sound speed.
Camera is not rolling. Alright. Sorry, what's that?